Okay, let's do it.
Why 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 NFT have value? Wow.
Well, the NFT by itself, it doesn't have a value.
Okay.
Okay, it's like a birth certificate. How much value does a birth certificate has for you?
60 pesos in the
Yeah.
city. Yeah,
So
nothing.
because it's only the is the transaction, you know.
$2, right?
In this case, the NFTs, what is really valuable is the item, which is certified. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say that your glasses, Charlie, I know they are very expensive, like $8,000. But
No, really. Okay.
but
Well, yeah.
if
Thank
you
you.
want to
Maybe,
certify them,
yeah.
the certification is gonna cost like $100. So you can sell your glasses, the glasses from Charlie Bermudez, for
With a
$1 million with the certificate. The certificate
wow.
doesn't make any difference for itself. It makes the difference for the goods for what you're selling. You know,
Right. Because my glasses are certificate.
because your glasses are certificated that they belong
Yeah.
to Charlie Bermudez.
And that's a mark and is registered by the law, and will the people will pay more, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Have you seen the program that is the price of the history in
Yes.
Spanish?
Yes.
And when Rick
In English,
says, in English, I
yeah.
don't know how's that called.
I don't
Uh,
remember, but it's the price is
the price of the
history. I don't.
history?
I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, the price. I don't know. History price. I don't know.
Well,
So
it's pawn shop or something. It's when Rick and his dad and his son and the friend of his son.
different of the song.
Yeah. And what happened there is that they always bring something, like I have this spade. This spade
Yeah.
belongs to the,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
have
know.
this key. This one came from a Maya called Moctezuma. No, that was Azteca.
Okay, Aztec.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this one, is
And
is
and
very,
sometimes they bring something and they say,
yeah,
this is valuable because it belonged to X person,
or
and we
Moctezuma.
really don't know unless we
No,
have that person to certify that everything is correct.
yeah,
In this case, with the NFTs, we don't need anyone to certify it because we can track who was the owner of that item when was created and who bought it and then who bought it and then who bought it and how that item arrives to you. So the certification goes from one person to another and it has a chain. So it's very difficult to say, Charlie, this microphone belongs to Charlie when Charlie never certificated it was his own microphone. So
yeah,
it's a very simple way to understand and to know that whatever they are selling is certificated and if it's real or not. So that's why it's very important, and the value of the NFT is there in the certification because you can prove that that product belongs to someone or to some person or to that area or whatever because it's certified and you can track all the certification.
right. I can understand that. Yes, that's the reason that they have that value, because came from a place that is always going to be from that place. The
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
So if it's something I buy, like my
Yes.
glasses, and then I sell it to Charlie, and Charlie has my glasses, and then Charlie sell it to Chabelo, and
Yeah.
then we sell it very expensive because it belonged to Chabelo. Then the person who buys, he can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, this was created by Gilberto." Then Charlie bought it, and then Chabelo, because it's certified, and it accompanies all the transactions that took place. So it's very difficult to, do you want to certify? Okay, you can call Gilberto, you can call Charlie, or you can call Chabelo. Who do you want to
Right.
call? You know?
Hill. I would call Hill, right?
You can call the person that you know, probably, but
You're right.
if the story you're telling and there's the story you bring to the person you want to sell, and that is it matches with the certification, it probably is right, because it's very difficult to have like the code from Charlie or my code, and it was not, and if it was not certified. So
Right. It's like a paint or a very famous painter. Uh, they have a specialist to certify that is original, right? Because it's a lot of fakes paintings in the world, and you go to an expert, and they need to certificate that that paint came from Chabelo, right?
that's right.
And not from Carlitos Bermudez, that he's not a famous painter. Chabelo is not a famous painter, but you understand that that paint is
Yeah.
certificate because the real painter, yeah, is Michelangelo,
Yeah.
or who cares,
So in the future, the
Yeah,
NFTs are going to be very important because you can track who were the owners of the previous, who were the previous owners of that item, and it's already
right.
certified. So you don't need to call anyone because it's certified. You know.
You don't need to call anyone, right? Because you know where it's coming from, and for sure you know that the real value, correct?
Yeah, because it's already there. It's like, how do you know, Charlie, how much money you
Yeah.
have in the bank?
I need to go to my cell phone, or I need to go to my cell phone will tell me like that in this
Okay,
moment.
let's say there's no cell phone, there's no computer, and you're
Oh,
doing it manually. How would you know how much money
I
you
need to
have in the
go to
bank?
the I need to go to the bank. I need to go to us an specialist and say, can you tell me how much money I have? Long time ago, when I was a child, I have a AvatarBank bank that is not exist anymore. I still have money there. I am a
You're
millionaire.
very rich.
Yeah, I'm very rich. I found my carnet, and was 1,000 pesos, 1,000 pesos, and I go to the manager or maybe the cashier, and
It was
can you tell
before
me
the 84? It was before
eh,
that? Or
no,
86?
before that,
Okay,
and was
so
in
probably it was 1 peso.
1970. Right now, yeah, it was 1 peso because you need to take off three zeros.
Yeah. So
You're
don't
right.
get so excited about that.
No, no,
But
one
because of
peso,
the
one
inflation,
peso.
could be a lot of money. You know.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I need to go. Oh, I have here.
Charlie.
I'm sorry. It's a lot of people calling me in English, and I need to ask someone to tell me about my money. You know?
Not necessarily, Charlie. Is that was because what we usually have to do is you have to know how much money you deposit. You know, you go to
Yes,
the bank and they give you a certification, like a
by
deposit.
balance.
No, a receipt. Yeah, I give you 1,000. There's your receipt for 1,000.
Yes,
You make a check for 500. Then I have the record of those 500, and I have the record of the 1,000. So I know your balance is 500. You know, and
yes,
then you bring another 1,000. So I have the receipt, and then I have a record that you deposit another 1,000. So you have deposit 2,000, and you have taken out or withdraw 500. So your balance is 1,500. You know, and exactly the same thing. The records are in the NFT. So you don't have to track records like I have to go to the bank. No, you just have your NFT, and you can check in the Ethereum network or wherever you are, and you will see all the transactions, who bought it, for how much money, and then who bought it for how much money, and when was created, when was sold, who was the creator, and all that stuff. You know that. You don't have to
Right.
go to the bank because that is public. That's why we don't use names and we don't use your ID, because
Oh,
that's very dangerous. We know who is the owner, and
yeah.
everybody knows the code, but they don't really know who is the owner. Unless you
And
disclose. Yeah, unless you disclose.
of course, but in the same time, is protection for yourself, and it is going to be there, the NFT, and you can use it the way you want it, right?
Yeah. So it
It's
has two
yours.
purpose. It has two purpose. One, to track all the transactions about that
Yeah.
item, and the
Okay.
second one is to know the certification, to have a certification that makes possible to know all those transactions.
Excellent.